There are only 58 of these produced worldwide. This is number 34 in that run of production, and this is the 31st one to be produced by Lanzante and made road legal. If you are interested to see what we are going to do to this car, then keep on watching. This car is currently for sale at Carlink International, and the current owner is The Homeless Guy on Instagram. Go and check him out, he's a big fan. This is a once in a lifetime project. It's not often that you'll get to work on a car like this, considering how low the production run is. Unless you are Becky, who has actually already wrapped 2 of these previously, so this is her 3rd one that she'll be working on. What are we gonna do with this car? We're gonna wrap it in a Nosatech color. We're not gonna tell you what yet. We're also gonna spray the wheels. We are going to take it on a dyno test to prove to you guys that it still has all that power that McLaren made it with. And hopefully after all of that, we'll also get to be able to road test it so you can see this car in action, because it is an insane car. Right now, we're going to remove the rear section of this P1 GTR. GTS? Behind me is the P1 GTR. We have almost finished wrapping it. It's the few minor details that are left on this car. I didn't tell you the color before. As you can see, it is now midnight green in Nosatech, and on this car, it is fucking sick. What is left to do? So we have the back panel left to put back on. That's this one big section here. It's actually only held on with these clickers. So there's 8 of them. You press all 8 of them down, lift it, and the whole thing will move away from the car. With the entire engine cover off of this car, you can basically see all of the working parts in the back here. Now the engine might look kind of small, but it's because it's really low down in the car, and it's also a hybrid. So even though the engine is slightly smaller than your normal hypercar, you still get that insane power. You also have this exhaust that looks way oversized for the car, but it's not. And it is also sick because it is full titanium, and these huge pipes that come out the back look monstrous. We aren't anymore actually going to respray the wheels. The customer has decided he wants to keep it as original as possible, and with the wrap he can always take it off and put it back the way it was.
So we've just finished the logos on the side of the car, and we decided to outline them in Nosatech Dandelion Yellow, just to make them stand out a bit more. And then we also did the logo on the wing as well, which is matte black, obsidian black and dandelion yellow. We're now moving on to the rear of the car, which is a stripe that we've designed. It's going to match the matte black air vent that's underneath, and then we're going to add a pinstripe along the side just to tie it all in with the rest of the car. So that's it for now. The wrap's done, the striping's done. The next part is to put the back on the back of the car, and then it's going to be sent for a full polish, and then we're done. And then hopefully I can drive it. Please.
We have now moved the P1 into detail, and we are going to polish it and get it looking shiny as. So the striping is done, the wrap is done, but before we start the polishing, we have something really cool that we want to show you of this car. Now, it's easier to work on the car when it's up in the air and get to the lower spots that we need to get to. Normally, we'd have to jack a car up on jacks and put stands under it, or do it on a ramp. With this car, because it's a race car, you have this Easyjack. So normally when it comes in the pit lane, you pull in, pit crew comes up to the car, plugs this in, the car will lift and you can get the wheels off and work on the car. We're going to do it now so you guys can see it, because it is an extremely cool feature of this car. You take this, you have the air inlet here, you push it on, and the car goes up. Easy as that. And once you want to let the car down, you grab this release valve and you just let the air out and it's back on the ground. Polishing of the P1 GTR is now finished. Now, previously I did say that it was going to be tested on the rolling road so that we could find out the actual power that this car is putting out. But we got it all the way there, put it on, and we found out we couldn't actually test it because the car is too low and the diffuser was hitting the drum that the wheels sit on. So we just couldn't do it. It wasn't possible. But it's back. It is finished. Everything is done on it. It is ready to go. Its owner is picking it up today, but before he does that, let's run through the full spec list of this car and all the things that have been changed to make this car road legal and ready to drive. So, Lazante has changed the fuel pump system so that you can fill it up at a fuel station with 98 octane fuel. They have also remapped the engine to allow for you to use 98 octane fuel. They have given it a lift kit on the front to make it more road usable. Speed bumps, potholes, you don't want to be damaging that front lip. They have also changed all the glass and seat belts to E-spec to make them road legal. The power output of this car is 986 brake horsepower, 1,000 Newton meters of torque, and the power to weight ratio is roughly 1 to 1.5. This car is a mean machine. When we look in the interior, they have also upgraded the seats so it's more comfortable on your journeys. They have added some more buttons to the steering wheel, including this horn. You obviously don't have a horn in a race. We also have here on the back the Lazante plaque that tells you your chassis number and the production number for road legal cars. We also have here on the dash, one camera here and one camera on the roof. There is also one on the outside on the roof that are controlled by this switch here that will record everything while you're driving. This isn't a road spec conversion. It does come on all these models. That is most of the interesting specifications of this car. Now, the other day, the owner came by and we took both these cars, the Chiron and the P1, out for a spin. So let's let you guys have a little look at that footage.